Greetings, my fellow test subjects. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, The First Wendigo, Episode 19, Chaotic Slumber. There's been a few changes to the series since I last streamed. So instead of doing the recap, hopefully you guys remember, I will be doing the changelog, I guess I'm going to call it. 1, I am on the unstable branch, which means that the Wendigo project is very different. So changes to the unstable branch allow for better gene inheritance, which means it is no longer necessary to use mods to breed Wendigos. The metabolic range is now set at -5 to +5, and genes held by both parents are nearly guaranteed to be inherited. Additionally, the unstable branch adds in additional precepts regarding xenohumans and growth vats and blood feeders and the like. So I've also changed the ideology to reflect the changes on unstable. So here's the ideology as it stands now. We are still the same memes, but I have changed the precept of love to prohibited because we're not really allowing for anyone to have natural born babies. So no sharing beds, none of that. Growth vats are now essential. So occupants in a growth vat will grow an extra 30% bonus, and natural pregnancy and children not grown in growth vats are frowned upon. I also took out age reversal, and somehow it made its way back in. But I wanted to take out age reversal because Wendy is now an ageless vampire, so age reversal doesn't really make sense. But maybe I'll leave it in for now, because I don't think it's going to have any negative effect anytime soon. So those are the changes to the ideology. That was it. And then another change to the goals and the genes. So the goals are more clearly defined now. Become a royal countess, and vat grow 2 prototypes of opposite genders that have all the necessary Wendigo genes. Vat grow an offspring from the Wendigo prototype pairs. That is the goal of the series, the big goal. And then as far as rules go, that hasn't changed. Scenario hasn't changed. Mods haven't really changed other than the Wendy's secret sauce mod that uncapped the metabolism. And then the gene screen hasn't really changed other than a correction of a typo. In the must not have genes, it included slow healer twice. The links that you get online might be outdated, like it might be cached, but there you have it. So the current priority right now is prepare for Deathrest. Wendy is due very soon for Deathrest. As you can see, her Deathrest meter is very low, 14%, and I need a Deathrest within 1.3 days to avoid exhaustion. Parduke is going to be finished gestating in 1.5 days, so I'm probably going to have Wendy exhausted for a little bit of time so that Parduke can tend to the farm, because no one can get him out of the gestator if Wendy is death resting. The other thing I wanted to do to prep for death rest is build another death rest machine, and I'll be doing that in just a minute. What is uncapped metabolism? So if you need more information, you can watch the genetics tutorial. But basically, previously, the metabolism for... I'll give you the TLDR, or the TLDW in this case. The metabolism of a person is here. So right now, Mac, for instance, has a metabolic efficiency, or metabolic efficiency of -4. In the stable branch... Oh my lord, Madge Labs. That is a lot of gifted subs. Oh, I'm turning pink for now. On the stable branch, offspring are required to be within a range of -3 to +3 at maximum, but most offspring are -1 to +1, which means that the Wendigo project wasn't exactly able to be done, but now on unstable branch, offspring can range between -4 and +4, or sorry, -5 and +5, and it's not random. The other way that it works, and I'll just TLDR it again, is genes that are shared by both parents are almost guaranteed to be inherited. The way it works is it generates 50 potential combinations of genes for the embryo of 2 parents, and if one of those, as soon as looping 50 times, as soon as one of those combinations has all of the wanted inherited genes, the embryo is accepted. So that means that if you have, let's say, 10 genes that you really, really, really want to have, the game will attempt to give you 10 genes by those 10 positive genes, which increase or decrease your metabolic efficiency by throwing in positive traits to offset it. So, in other words, the game will attempt to make the baby that you want to have 50 times in code until an acceptable combination is found. It's complicated, I realize, but that's kind of how it works. Holy moly, Medj. That is a lot of gifted subs. Cheers, man. What a way to start off the marathon. How do you get this mod? There's no mods. I'm playing basically entirely vanilla. So the thing I wanted to build for Wendy here, preparing for Deathrest, is the glucoside pump, or glucosoid pump. So the glucosoid pump, you can stack up to 4. And what it allows you to do is to move faster when Deathrest is complete. So it will give Wendy a spood boost. And then the other possible Deathrest structures is hemopump. The hemopump allows you to have more hemogen, and it can be connected infinitely, which is very ridiculous, because you can have a hemogen cap of like thousands instead of 100. The psychoid fluid, which increases your psychic sensitivity. But Wendy is not that powerful of a psycaster, so I don't think it's all that necessary to do a psychofluid pump. And then hemogen amplifier, which allows you to gain more hemogen from hemogen sources. Basically, efficient eater, if you will. And that can be capped unlimitedly as well. And the glucosoid pump, which can only be built up to 4. And then the accelerator can only be built up to 2. So, I've built as many accelerators as I can. So the glucosoid pump requires 5 hemogen packs. And what I'm going to do for these prisoners here is to set them to... Fade is will be a slave once she converts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract a hemogen pack out of her. And then all of these prisoners are actually going to be set on hemogen farming. So we're going to hemogen farm and egg farm. And the hemogen is so that I can build the... glucosoid pump, giving Wendy a 12% speed boost, which stacks, so we can get up to 4 pumps and make her lightning speed. Or, close to it, I guess. Holy moly, level 6 hype train. Yeah, I don't often see those. like, ever. Thank you guys. Holy moly, I am honored. I am gonna thank you in a minute. I know that I'm under the gun trying to prep for Deathrest, so I need to full focus on it, or Wendy's gonna have a really bad time. But cheers to you all. So I need 5 hemogen packs. They've also changed it so that, you know how I was blood feeding the rebelling prisoners? That is not something you can do anymore. It has been patched on Unstable Branch. So if prisoners try to break out, I can't just suck their blood until they're unconscious. Just an FYI. Also, hemogen packs no longer require you to use medicine, which is really nice. That was patched on Stable, but right when vampires or blood feeders... Whew! You're gonna make me lose consciousness here. You guys are glucoside pumping me in real life. Oh my lord. Cheers. It's too bad this isn't a boost train. It'd be the biggest boost train I've ever had. Yo, Mac, where are you going with that? Alright, so that's 3 hemogen packs out of the ones that I need. There's 4. And then Fade here is going to be lucky donor number 5. I'm not having her as a prisoner set to hemogen farming because I want to convert her instead. I am going to try to tell Mac that Mac can try to convert her, but I think that's probably a bad idea. Alright, so let's operate. And there we go. We have all of the hemogen packs to make the glucosoid pump. When do hype trains go above level 5? Twitch keeps changing, so, like, I don't have the definitive answer for you, but, like, It's possible. It's just not. It does not usually happen. So another thing I just realized, well, not just, but another thing that I would want to do is Soul Wayne, I'm going to have on a very special zone. Because we have a very high need for steel. So this shelf here was for steel, if I recall. And I'm going to zone Soul Wayne. So basically, he just hauls steel. Soul Wayne steel. So here's the new zone. And this is going to be renamed to Soul Wayne. And it will allow the chargers. It will allow the steel shelves. And then I'm just essentially going to paint. I don't need to make it all nice and tidy, but essentially just paint where the steel is. So that Soul Wayne automatically hauls the steel that we want hauled. Because there's really no other resources that I care about more than the steel at this very moment. I am well loved today. If I could go pink, more pink, I would. I think if I turn off my key lights, the green screen starts to bleed in. But yeah, I feel loved. Quite. It also means that pretty soon Mac is going to be completely fending for herself. Okay, yeah, work and recharge are the correct. Knowing that Wendy is going to go into regen, I need to make sure that all of the mech settings are ready for them not to be issued direct commands. So here's the glucoside pump. Fade has just gone berserk. Hey, Orange Chaos, you want to beat her? Oh, you're hitting Kish. Oh, you're knocking out Kish. That's just rude. That's just simply rude. So there is the glucoside pump, and it will bind on next Deathrest, which is going to happen probably right after I get Parduk out of the Gestator. And now they're having a punching match. Oh, out of command range. Hang on a minute. I don't mean to tie Orange Chaos's arms behind... Oh, there we go. Did you just knock off a limb? Nearly. Wow, 26 out of 30. Almost took her limb off. I really hope that I get the opportunity to start to implant Dead Calm into my slaves and prisoners. Dear Lord. This is a marathon like no other. Oh my god. ALS Gamer for so many bits and gifted subs, and Medj and everybody else. Kadath with 10. Holy cow. That is Hype Train 8. Previous record is 5. The other thing that Mac is going to have to be responsible for when Wendy goes down for the Deathrest is, like, cooking for everybody. Which is not necessarily an easy job to do because of how many prisoners that we have. I'm a little worried that Mac won't be up to the task. I might have to batch meals together and then have Mac deliver them. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a batch of... So this is all human meat. I'm going to make a batch of polar bear meals and then drop them into the prisons. Wendy, are you sleepy? No, you're not sleepy. All right, let's go blood feed. Unconscious? Yeah, that's fine. You won't fight me if you're knocked out. As soon as Soul Wayne's a little bit more recharged, I will have Soul Wayne start to haul the steel as well. Kitch is now building the farm back. And let's take more blood. Just because I can. I also probably want to fully repair Orange Chaos and then have Orange Chaos head north to the steel so that there's just a lot of steel to be processed. Some of the quality of life things are the genes that are in gene banks within the range of an orbital trade beacon don't need to be extracted out of the gene bank. You can actually sell directly from the banks, which is really, really, really nice. I don't think I need to explain how nice that is. All right, my food bills are a right mess. This food bill is, I think, for rice. Let's forget that one. Forget the teas. So this fine meal is for cannibal. Yeah. And I don't have the better workbench management mod on to allow for forget the baby food to allow for easier bill renaming, because I'm trying to keep this pretty much strictly vanilla. So Wendy is going to make a batch or two of polar bear meals to be delivered to the prisoners. And then I think the prisoners here are going to be given... I'm going to modify prison food to allow them to have simple meals. That way... Max, stop trying to do that. That way, they're a little bit more efficient to feed. Pigskins can eat raw food at full efficiency, but no one else can. Can you craft using waste? No. Waste is just waste. I don't know which meal is which. This is so confusing. So this is a simple meal not made by cannibals. So, Mac, I'm going to have you caravan. I yearn for the day where this level of micromanagement is not required, but that day is not today. Hopefully soon, but not today. Alright, so those are the camel meals. These are the simple ones, so I'll deliver those. We were also saving Viov for prisoner sacrifice, which means that we're waiting for Fade to be fully recruited. So here's how I'm going to feed them. I'm just literally going to drop the meals in and then load like 6 of them up and drop them to the next room. That should keep them fed for a few days, I think. I hope. Fingers crossed. Holy cow, what an new all-time record. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Twitch. What are you... Oh, no. Quit caravanning. Quit stealing their stuff. I'm also going to want to continue butchering. So I think that was the only animal that I have, but continue butchering human-likes. And then at some point, all of our simple meals are going to be human-like. Which is totally fine. I don't care if the prisoners like the food they eat. It makes no difference to me. If Fade could convert right now, that would be insanely... 2.2. Maybe Wendy stays up a little bit longer. So she's going to be death exhausted in about a half a day. And what a ride. Thank you all. Destroy with Roy, Dragon Slayer Dude, JD, Dom, Magic, Ryan, Frankenstein, Highland Timber, Glitch, Kadath, Frostlam, Vidisum, Rysette, Medj, ALS Gamer, COVID, Mudcaplex. That was a heck of a train. Holy cow. pretty soon here, I am going to open this up to... I don't know if I want Mech cooking right now, because he's not a very good cook. So I'm going to have Wendy cook for now. Those are bear meat, though. So I'm going to caravan the last of the non-Campbell meals and drop them up there for them. As you can see, the meals don't stack together because they're made of different ingredients, which is really, really nice. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the pack of survival meals out because they won't rot, and I can put them in later. Alright, Wendy, I know you're very, very tired. And that way, these prisoners are going to start eating the simple meals instead, which will spoil. So the pack of survival meals I'll just put here for later. For when I run out of simple meals. Would it make sense to drop meat on the ground when butchering the bodies? For here, probably take to best stockpile, but I think we're taking the... Are we taking the meat to the best stockpile? Yeah, I think we're taking the meat. So, there's one... No, all these meals are the same human meat. Perfect. Goat sitting, as much as I want Resmic Serum, there's no way I can take care of 8 goats for 14 days. They're just essentially going to eat some food, and then I'm going to fail the quest. So there's no point accepting it. Because I will basically guarantee to inevitably fail. Mac, you are in a bad mood. You need to go to sleep. Thrumbos. Oh, sadistic rage. Who are you trying to kill? Prisoners in general? And then Soulwane, I'm going to put you on the Soulwane zone and have you start hauling. Sorry, Wendy. You have to go intervene. Your Wendikin are, Oh, no, he'll be done. He'll be done. Because he beat one up unconscious. Please convert, please convert, please convert, please convert. Yes! Alright, you are going to be enslaved, or I think released will effectively be enslaved. So she had converted previously, and then, she kind of had a crisis of faith and unconverted, if you will. So now that she's able to walk, I'm going to release her. And she should be released back into servitude. Oh no, we're releasing her to, like, the wild. Yeah, no, I have to re-enslave her. Never mind. Prisoner, enslave. Because she, you know, mousing over, release gain to Inalar. Yeah, I would need to re-enslave her. So we have 3 Thrumbo. I totally would be down to try to kill Thrumbo. It's just going to be a little tricky because I don't have a lot of firepower. There is one sketchy way to do it, which would be to try to use fire, putting a lit explosive shell like underneath a sleeping Thrumbo and letting it blow up. But that's probably more complicated than it is worth. Orange Chaos. I am going to have you be zoned to Soulwane and then set to the work group. And then the Soulwane zone, I'm going to rename to Steel, because technically it's just a Steel zone. So Orange Chaos is going to go up here and start mining the steel. Mac, you're waiting for me to tend to you? And the Agrahand is ready to be pulled out and set to the farm zone in the work group. So, I am exhausted, Deathrest exhausted right now, which is not great, but my mood is up. What I'm hoping to do is be able to convert Fade before I Deathrest, so that I can have two hands helping to do work rather than just the one. Because it's not like Jonah's going to be... She's not going to be much help in those pods. We only have one egg donor, and I should probably take an egg out of her. So let's do that before I Deathrest as well. The reason I haven't done a common area for nutrient paste dispenser is because the prisoners here berserk and fight and a lot like that. And I plan on having it be like a common area with the NPM once I get to a point where I have Dead Calm implanted into them or something like that to prevent the like unending fights that they will try to start. It's a project to be done at some point, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think I'm gonna have to let these Thrumbo off the hook. I don't think that there's a situation that I'm gonna be able to kill them without unnecessary risk. Unfortunately. Alright, keeping Wendy up just a little bit longer because we almost have Fade enslaved. Almost. Hey, Kish. If she's almost enslaved, I need to put her bedroom somewhere. I guess I can move Chlororift into Viav's room. I'll probably end up sacrificing Viav, and then she can sleep in one of the prison cells as a slave. That might make sense. Reconsider Thrumbos after Deathrest? Yeah, they'll definitely be gone. Deathrest takes 2.5 days at the minimum. Thrumbo ain't going to stick around that long. They never do. OC. You've done a good job mining. Continue. So Wendy's just making components. Looks like I have enough steel for maybe one more bench. And then Parduk, you will be assigned to the recharge group because there's nothing to do there. Alright. Broken by Wendy. Perfect. Orange Chaos. Now that that is done, I'm going to add a new steel zone here and have you start mining this up as well. This might actually be closer to the base than the other stuff. I don't really care what Solwain hauls, just as long as it's hauling something useful. And Kish, you're going to be assigned to the work group because I have another Hydro bench for you to build. So I am way overdue for death resting, but I also plan on hitting Mac with maybe a work drive when it's off cooldown. And then enslaving Fade, so I have 2 workers, and one of them will be work-driven, which is going to be really helpful. And Solwayne is doing a really good job of hauling the materials in so that Kish can build the benches faster. So I'll set another bench to be made. And then Wendy, let's have you go up here and deconstruct the ship chunk so that I can have even more components. That will be faster than crafting them yourself. But you're... Okay, Mac is asleep. Never mind. Don't forget components that are decaying. Was that over in the east? Where was that? I don't even remember. North. So I've got shells that I... Oh, God. 2 out of 60? I need to pick those up immediately. And then these components. Okay. I'll do that just now. Mac is a little bit happier with the catharsis. That's good. Bulk goods trader. Oh, I don't think there's actually a lot of bulk goods that I have silver. I'll probably still trade. Now let's get Parduk to sew. Oops. Yeah, eat the meal and then haul the shells. Hopefully they will still be there. They almost decayed to nothing. But I got them. Thank you for the reminder. It's really helpful. So now they're on this shelf and they should be safe. Where is Mac? Where is Mac? Mac, where'd you go? Oh, you're right here in the kitchen. All right, work drive for Mac. Mac's keeping us fed. Why can I not interact with you? Kish, let's go get another bench going. Cooking level 1. I bet that food is disgusting. I wonder if it's because there was... No, still just strip. There we go. Enslave. And this should work. Done. Fade is now able to help. So, Chlororift, you are going to be moved into Viov's room. I'm going to sacrifice Viov to the blood gods to maximize Fade's suppression. And then Wendy can death rest. She's a busy, busy bee. Oh, I didn't take you to the bed properly. There we go. Bunkmates. I'm missing some components to the northwest? Yes, that I am. Solwayne, or maybe I'll just have Matt grab them. I would send Fade, but Fade's probably going to be hypothermic too much. I'll have Matt grab them after this ritual. So, we are doing a corpse exchange. Viov is going to die. No, actually, let's do a public execution Because I want Fade to witness, so I have to wait for this room to warm up a little bit, because it's simply too cold at the moment. Okay, those components are going to have to wait. Schedule, behind the walls. Mix, behind the walls. Never a dull moment. What mechs do I have out of position? Orange Chaos might have a hard time getting back in time. Kellyan, I'm going to have you close that, that entryway here. So you're going to be zoned to Area 1, and then behind the walls again. And that way, door gets closed. I'll start the corpse exchange ritual once I'm more in the clear with the bears. I think the bears, previously they had just clustered this door, so I think Orange Chaos will be fine. And won't be targeted. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. The bears are a really good event compared to like a mech cluster or something that is going to cause urgency. I would much rather have the bears. Now that it's pretty clear that we can do the ritual unharassed, I'm going to kick that off. Wendy, what are you doing with those meals? She's stealing them. Okay, well, you're just making Mac have to do them again. Wendy, go attend the ritual. What are you doing, Wendy? She's like refusing to attend for some reason. Alright, let me try to zone her. She's being really weird. Oh my god, she's just like, I refuse. Aren't I doing a corpse exchange? Yes, and she should be in attendance. Look, if you see leave corpse exchange ritual, she's attending just like in the wrong room on the other side of the base. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's for Fade's suppression. Oh, here she is. Showing up right at the end for credit. Oh, that was not... didn't that... Okay. Well, it was a good... it was a spectacular corpse exchange. So that's going to make people happy. But it didn't really work. It didn't have the effect that I wanted, so... let's do it again. So I'm going to wait for the blood to be able to be cleaned up. And I'm going to kill Daniil. Because I guess it needs to be an execution properly, even though I did just execute someone. Wendy, are you broken? What is going on? Oh, that's fake blood. Okay. Prisoner execution. And we're going to be executing Daniil. Daniil's not an egg donor, so not super important. There's also a wanderer that wants to join. I will accept and have them attempt to outrun the bears because they're going to go immediately into the prison. So the corpse exchange ritual is a random chance, a 50% chance for a wanderer to join on a successful ritual. So we got another, we basically exchanged the corpse. That's why it's called corpse exchange. So this was a satisfying execution, and now the slave is fully suppressed, and the slave rebellion interval is 7.3 years. So, super not likely to be a problem during Deathrest. That was the whole point. We're getting close to Generation 2. Kind of hard to tell, because I don't really have a fertilizer for Mac's eggs. But Mac is 16 and can start to have ovum extracted. Sorry, Wendy. Almost Deathrest time. Almost. I don't think the Manhunters pose much of a threat, so... You drop your knife. You better not breathe fire on me. Where are we taking you? Oh, this is, incorrect. Well, you'll figure out that that's your room. And you are going to be sent to Hemogen Farm. Or Orange Grass, you could be put to the recharge group. Soul Wayne behind the walls is fine. That way you can haul food to Jonah's bed. And I think I am ready to death rest. Fingers crossed. So there it is, the glucoside pump, or glucosoid pump, has now biotuned to Wendy. And once her death rest is done in 2.5 days, she will be even faster. Another big thing that I probably ought to do is to move the weapons into a dedicated room. I'm just, for now, going to put them in the throne room. But so that when slaves are around weapons, they're encouraged to rebel. And I literally have a base full of weapons. So it will be... Oh, a polar bear got in? Well, that's annoying. Because this door is gone. The polar bear broke down the door. Okay. Time to manage another fire without Wendy. Guess I'm back to red. Orange gas to the bear zone. And you are going to be sent to work group 2. Kelly in work group 2. Militor. Actually, everyone work group 2. And then all of the millibots to bear zone. You don't seem to be moving, Orange gas. I can't help but there you go. Alright, all of these bears are going to be a problem, aren't they? They're all coming in now. One's down, but here comes 2 more. I'm pretty sure that's not where bear zone is, guys. Like, oh, I guess you're ordered to fight. Little Militors, back up. 'Cause you ain't gonna duke it out like Orange Chaos can. Well, with any luck, we'll get some bear meat out of this. I'm sure with my luck, I won't. Oh, not you, Kish. You go to Area 1. Militors are responding. Sorry, Rosie. Poor Wendy's gonna have so much work to do when she's back up. Yeah, I don't know how they broke in. But it looks like 4 of them are not in yet. But, oh, you know what? You know what happened? I know what happened. They didn't break in. The Thrumbos broke out. if you wall a Thrumbo in and don't give it access to be able to leave, it just breaks its way out. So that's what happened, is a Thrumbo wanted to leave the map tile and just busted out the door because I had walled them in. That makes a lot more sense. Alright, there's one more bear coming, and then I'm going to try to have Fade construct the door. So Fade, go up to the steel. Ooh, we can butcher you. So the other problem I'm going to have is these bears, like, I'm going to leave, I'm going to prop this door open to the east. The Thrumbo that are still here are going to want to break out still. So I need to essentially open a door, which is not a door likely to be used by the polar bears, so that the Thrumbo can actually leave my map tile without busting a hole in my walls. Because otherwise, I have yet another breach situation, which I want to avoid. Oh god, I think they smell me or something. Nope, nope, they're turning around. Alright, Mac, you're good. This polar bear might find me. So there's 5 polar bears left. 4 on the west, 1 in the north. Fade, how cold are you? Are you going to be able to actually build... Yep, this Thrumbo's gone. And then we only have 1 more left inside my... Oh god! Didn't see you. Fade's going to have a fun time here. By fun time, I mean... I will clean up what is left of her corpse when this bear is done with the nibbles. Nope, she went down first hit, which probably honestly saved her life. I have so many extra zones right now. Because it's the only way to actually tell robots what to do with Wendy out of commission. Oh, brain shot! Yep, called it. When they go down like that, you know it hit brainstem. Love it. Mac. I'm gonna have you attempt to build this door. Oh, freaking idiot Fade didn't even bring all of the materials to be able to build it. So where are the other bears? I need to account for all the bear possibilities here. So we've got a polar here, a polar in the cave that's about to jump Mac. Got it. The mechs will help with that. Drop her. It's like the old adage of you don't have to be the fastest running from a bear, you just have to be faster than the people you're next to. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3 left, is that right? 1, 2, 3 left, yeah. And of course this stupid Thrumbo wanders back into my base. Mac, is she bleeding faster or... No, she's... Hypothermic is probably the more urgent of the two. Yeah, she's seriously hypothermic. So, bringing her back to her bed. Even Mac is getting a little hypothermic, which is weird, right? No, there's no way you're getting hypothermic. You're good until negative 75C. Simply no way that that's true. Thank you for tuning in to The First Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 17th and November 18th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to all of my generous supporters that show up to my live streams and cheer me on. I really appreciate it. And viewers like you that support the channel and make it all the way to the credits. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow Wendigos.